At the heart of every movie, there's a theme, some kind of moral message that you can take away and apply to your own life. Even though it's the biggest sci-fi movie of all time, I believe Inception falls into this category. That if you understand the movie properly, you can use it to change your own reality. So let me explain that. One of the biggest themes in Inception is how even the smallest idea, if we believe it strongly enough, can completely change the way a person acts. So in this video, I'm gonna go over how this shows up in our own lives, how our subconscious mind uses these ideas against us, and how if we become aware of these ideas, we can use them to completely shift our own reality. Oh, and by the way, spoiler alert. So Inception starts with Cobb, weird name, we'll just call him Leo. Leo explains that an idea is basically a parasite, that once it really takes hold of the brain, it's pretty much impossible to get rid of it. All of us are completely guided by these ideas. Like every action we take, every thought that we think, it all stems from ideas like this, which show up in our brain as beliefs. In Inception, Cobb's wife takes her own life because she believes that she's living in a false reality. She believes her life isn't real. This is very prevalent in our own lives. Not that we're living in a false reality. Wait, are we? Is this real? Help! Every choice that you make somehow stems from one of your beliefs. Like when you were a kid and you lost a tooth, you would put that tooth under your pillow because you believed the tooth fairy would come and give you money. Like, why else would you do it? Otherwise, it seems really stupid to put a tooth under your pillow. It's justified by that belief that you're gonna get money for it. Think of something you did recently or some choice that you made and try to pinpoint the belief behind it. We also have beliefs that don't serve us too well. You know, like the belief that we're not good enough or that we don't deserve something. The worst part of beliefs like this is that we might not even be aware of them. And that's really scary because that means you're operating on something that you don't even know exists. And the real confusing thing is that you might know it exists, but you don't know that you know it exists. In Inception, do you remember why Cobb's wife believes she's living in a false reality? It's because Leo sneaks into her subconscious mind and plants the idea there. You know, he puts the spinning top and lets it spin and spin, and that demonstrates to her that her reality isn't real, and she didn't even know he did this. That's exactly how our subconscious mind becomes wired to these beliefs. Well, not exactly. I'm not saying Leonardo DiCaprio sneaks into all of our brains and puts a spinning top inside of a safe in our heads. Not that I know of, at least. But it can be that subtle in terms of our awareness to it. Like most of our beliefs stem from when we were kids. Like when we're 3, 4, 5 years old, our subconscious minds are very vulnerable to every idea that comes its way, and it just absorbs everything like a sponge. When your subconscious mind learns something, it has no bias towards it. It doesn't worry about whether it's good or whether it's bad. It just sort of hears it and it goes like, ah, okay, cool. So now that belief is a part of you. That idea is embedded in your subconscious mind. But if you keep watching this video, in a minute, I'm gonna tell you how at any age you can still reprogram any belief that you want in your head. But first, there's something else I want to go over from Inception. They went so deep into Cillian Murphy's brain. They didn't go 1 level in, 2 levels in. They went 3 levels into his brain because they know that the deeper they plant this idea, the stronger a hold it's gonna have over his mind. When an idea has so much power over you, there's nothing that can convince you otherwise. This is why people argue. This is why 2 people can perceive the same situation in completely opposite ways. When it's that deep inside of you, you'll do anything to protect it, to make sure that the other person understands why your belief is right and they're wrong, when the truth is, you're probably both wrong. But you're also probably both right. But how is this possible? How can 2 people who are both very coherent, very able to understand the world around them, how can they look at the same situation and think completely opposite things than each other? It's because of experiences. Our beliefs stem from every experience that we've had in life. Every belief that we've ever had has led us to this very moment right now. Like, think about that. Everything you've ever done with your life has led you to watching this video right now. Isn't that crazy? Like, it's so crazy that you should accept that this video is really important and subscribe to the channel. Yeah? No, didn't work. I've been learning about beliefs for the last few years, and I heard a quote that it took me a long time to understand, but it's basically that beliefs are not true in themselves. They become true in our experiences if we believe them. yet confusing, right? Like what does that mean? As they go deeper and deeper into Cillian's mind, they plant something different at every level.
Then the next level down, we feed him. I will create something for myself. Then by the time we hit the bottom level, we bring out the big guns.
My father doesn't want me to be him.
At each of these levels, they create different beliefs in his mind by putting him through various different experiences. They get him to believe certain things about certain people in his life and then fabricate illusions so that they behave more and more in alignment with these beliefs, and then he believes them more and more. I'm not gonna recite the entirety of Inception here, even though I'd love to. The example I'm talking about is his uncle. Cillian already has thoughts of his uncle trying to take over his father's business. They don't really need to do much. All they have to do is show him subtle little cues that his uncle is actually trying to do this, and they just let his uncle do the work for him. And when he sees this happen, it just cements this into his brain even further. Now think of that quote again. Beliefs are not true in themselves. They become true in our experiences if we believe them. Your subconscious mind wants to prove you right. So if you approach a certain situation with a certain belief in mind, everything that happens that aligns with that belief is going to be what you remember. I'll give you an example. Since we're talking about movies here, I like writing screenplays. And for the longest time, every time I'd sit down to write, it would be so hard because the whole time I'll be telling myself negative thoughts like, oh, this isn't any good. Who's gonna watch this? This is so hard. How am I gonna come up with this next part of the story? Just a lot of self-depreciating thoughts that really are not serving anyone. They're not helping me write the story. And so whenever I would write poorly, these beliefs would get reinforced. All that struggle would make me believe even more that I'm a bad writer. And even those moments where I actually write something really good, they wouldn't matter because all I'm thinking on, all I'm focused about is how bad I am at writing. And so the good times, they're almost irrelevant. So I tried something. I tried becoming conscious of my thoughts while I was writing. And instead of telling myself how bad everything was, I just started saying to myself like, wow, this is amazing. This is the greatest movie ever. It's so awesome. And it's very powerful. It doesn't even have to be true. Either way, it's very powerful because you know what this does? First of all, it was a lot easier to sit down and write. I'd feel a lot better about it because now at the forefront of my brain is these thoughts about how easy it is to write, how good I am at writing. You know what was interesting was that now, because I have this behind all of the words themselves that I was writing actually became better. But here's what's really powerful. If I'm writing better and I'm simultaneously telling myself these positive thoughts about how good my writing is, that's what I'm remembering now. Now I'm just thinking of all the good times about writing. Like I'm almost more excited to come back next time rather than dreading how horrible it's gonna be. It's all about your perception. What you believe is true is all that matters when it comes to your experiences. You can experience the same situation as either really good or really bad. It all comes down to the classic optimist, pessimist, glass half full, glass half empty. And you can approach any situation like this. So why not just approach it with the glass half full approach? Because now when I write, I have a lot more confidence, so the words are gonna be better, and I'm gonna be a lot more likely to keep persevering and get it done. Like, yeah, there will be times where I'm a little stumped, but I'm gonna keep on getting myself to write by being like, nah, I'm a great writer. Like this, and then you know what I'll do? I'll write something really bad, but I'll still be telling myself that it's really good. Because if I keep writing, eventually I'm gonna get right back on track. The story's just gonna keep coming out because I'm not just stopping. Like nothing's gonna happen if I just completely stop writing, but if I keep writing whatever and telling myself it's good, that good thing will come. You're better off believing something that's not true that serves you than you are believing something that is true that doesn't serve you. Like anything you're trying to improve in your life, dude, I don't know what it is, but the truth is, it doesn't matter. Okay, I started taking cold showers recently. I know, very novice self-improvement stuff. I will really utilize this self-talk because it is so powerful, dude. So every time I jump in the shower, I'm telling myself, I'm the most disciplined person I know. I can do anything I set my mind to. It doesn't matter because even though it's subtle, even though it's a small thing, just let your body experience feeling these wins. The smallest thing. Get excited about brushing your teeth. Get excited about getting out of bed in the morning. Just any little thing that you do that you need to feel that win. Like you need to get used to winning. This is how you change your reality, dude. The way that you perceive the world is not the way the world is. It's the way you are. So if you're looking at everything through the lens of negativity and pessimism, and you're just thinking of the worst possible thing that's gonna happen, the world's gonna seem like it's always in shambles. But if you're choosing to look at the good side of everything, then the world's just gonna seem so much better. This is how you change your reality. And I know that's probably not what you wanted to hear. You were hoping I was gonna give you some secret to make everything around you just so much better. But that's the other thing, dude. Once you perceive everything as better things do start coming into your life. I always thought the law of attraction was such woo-woo nonsense, and maybe it is. But here's the thing, if you're approaching everything and just thinking of the worst possible thing, you're always living in survival, you're probably not gonna put yourself in an opportunity to even get something amazing. But if you think everything is great and you're constantly persisting, constantly moving forward, then you have so much higher of a chance to actually put yourself in a situation where the thing that's gonna make your life so much better is actually you're gonna attract it so much easier. So this is the key, dude. Change your beliefs. Let yourself, be conscious of what your thoughts are, what your beliefs are, and anytime you're doing something that doesn't align with the life you wanna live, just choose to consciously think of something else. Think of the ideas you want embedded in yourself and live based as if you already have that in your core. As you keep giving your subconscious mind evidence of these new things, before you even realize it, you actually become this new person. What you're doing here is reprogramming your subconscious mind, right? You're embedding it with these new thoughts, these new beliefs that you did not have before, and without even realizing it, you just become this whole different person. So now I believe that it would benefit all of us if you subscribe to this channel, all right? Come on. Say to yourself, wow, yeah, it would really help me out if I subscribe to Tucker Burke right now. And then, hit the subscribe button. That would be cool. But yeah, guys, I had a lot of fun making that. I really like studying Inception, just a movie from this lens. Like I said, I really like movies, so I keep burping, oh my God. If you like movies too, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me maybe know some other movies that you'd be curious for me to sort of dissect in a, for lack of a better term, a self-improvement sort of way. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.